Hello, I'm Keith Webb, Director of the Temora Aviation Museum's Unsung Heroes project. The story of U-461 being sunk by Sunderland U of 461 Squadron is one of the best known of the Coastal Command actions during World War II. When I interviewed Peter Jensen in the museum's studio in 2015, I had no idea he was connected with that story until his son Tim asked him to tell it. I also learned Dudley Marrows, captain of the Sunderland U Uncle, was living in Mildura at the age of 98, so I was able to interview him too.
We happened to be out on normal anti-submarine patrol, and we were received virtually when we had set course for home to proceed to a certain point. That's where we met up with one of the most significant air battles of the war. When we arrived there, there was a real grouping of Allied aircraft circling 3 submarines below, and it was it's very difficult to explain just how fearsome 3 modern submarines were. 27.5s on each one, that's 81. When you go into attack, tick.
There were 3 of them. They're coming together, so they were supporting each other. And there was one aircraft attacking when we got there. He was beaten off. We went in, and of course, with all the cannons at us, there was a lot of flak was coming up at us, and the skipper pulled away first, and he went around in a big arc, and the other aircraft had come in again, attacking again. We got right behind him, and he got hit, and he pulled off, smoking.
So I exited and went right down to sea level where flying boats should be, which enabled me to come at sea level at the outmost submarine. I could only be fired at by the one submarine. I was sheltered by the submarine we were attacking. Okay, went in on the attack. Skimming the surface, and our front gunner, Pierre, and our mid-upper gunner, when he could, I saw, as we went in to attack the submarine, I saw some of the submarine deck crew falling as a result of our... All right, went in, dropped our depth charges, good drop,
straddled the front U-boat with 7 depth charges and just about blew it up. It broke it in half, and it went down. We took another run over to take photographs, because you got to get photographs, otherwise we go back and say you sank a U-boat, they wouldn't believe you unless you had. So we took photographs of the mess that was coming up.
And we saw the sub had gone, and here were 4 German U-boat crew swimming.
In fact, it was a terrible sort of thing. As it went down, this was a U-boat, supply U-boat, and it had tanks of oil, and it only just come out from base, so it had everything there. The tanks were full of oil. As it went down, all this oil come rushing up, and together with all the bits and pieces from the U-boat and bodies and bits of body coming up, and some live men, sort of struggling in the water. We dropped them one of our dinghies.
One of the nicest things that I remember was we dropped them a dinghy, and they were able to get into it, and they were eventually picked up by our Navy. There's some photographs over there of the group, and I've met up with some of them after the war, and some of the nicest things, really made friends with them.
The captain of the U-boat was Wolf Stiebler. He and Dudley became close friends after the war. There's a lot more to learn about Peter Jensen and Dudley Marrows in the audio podcast, including the very dramatic story of the time they were shot down by 6 Ju-88s. You'll find it on the Temora Aviation Museum's website, aviationmuseum.com.au.